Don't start.
I got a dad joke.
God. What's your dad joke?
Ask me about how my construction's going.
Y'all.
Ask me about my construction. How's it going?
How's your construction
I'm
going?
still working on it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Dad jokes for the win.
1 point for Quita.
Yes, right. I'm going to be creating mom jokes.
I support you. I have your back.
Good.
Okay.
And my front, because the shoulders of my boulders, I'm still working on them. I'm going to work them out. That's why I'm doing construction. I'm going to work on it. Don't worry about it. Working out the mom jokes. Working out the mom jokes.
Y'all help her out. Help her out with the mom jokes in the comments, cause little baby here. I think she thinks she got it, but
Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Too Raw, Too Rare as women's up in this junk.
hey y'all.
Yes. So first of all, can we just like take a moment and just look at Nikki's boots? Can we just take a moment and look at her boots?
My boots?
Y'all see these? Y'all see these? Gorgeous.
Good luck.
Gorgeous. Boom. Stompers. Look at them stompers. Yes.
I came with her, y'all. My best friend gave me these for my birthday, and she did a great job of picking out these boots. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I ain't gonna lie. In my loyal voice, I ain't gonna lie. She did her thing.
Yeah.
Love
She
them.
snapped.
They
She snapped.
They so for me.
Yes, y'all. We gotta start positive, you know what I'm saying? Cause this is going to be an episode. Yes.
That's gonna take a lot out of you. It is.
Yeah.
You know, this episode we focusing on black family dynamics, and if you know, you know. It can get a little crazy out here with these black families, baby.
Yes, it can. And we are here to discuss it, right? We about to get into these black family dynamics, child.
Is you ready?
Baby.
Cause I don't think I'm ready.
But we gonna try.
We gonna give it all. We gonna let's get into it, y'all. I know y'all can relate to black family dynamics, which is why we decided to have this discussion. It's a discussion that's very important to the community. It's a discussion that is the foundation for a lot of our lives as we grow up and become adults.
Yeah.
And so we feel like this is very important and very key to discuss and talk about. And so we just gonna go ahead and get into it. So, you know, let's just start off by talking about things in your childhood that you might have encountered or experienced that had such a great influence on you growing up and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will definitely say, right, my mother was and is what I'm talking about. Is very much so a family-oriented woman.
Okay.
That was preached very much so in my childhood, right? So it was always we doing something as a family. Every Friday, baby, they're meetings. She didn't call them meetings though. They was family meetings though. You know what I'm saying? Those family talks. That's what she called it. Family talks.
Gotta love them family meetings / family talks. I don't know nothing about them, but you gotta love them.
Yes, it was a very much so. We all sitting around the table. We all sitting around. So what's going on? How was the week? It was just a very much so. And while it annoyed me as a kid, right? Of course it did. Oh my gosh, like why? I'm a kid. I'm not thinking about a family talk. I want to talk to you guys right now. But it shaped me into who I am today. Like I am such a family oriented person. I absolutely believe in doing shit with my kids on a regular basis. And it's to the point where I tell my husband, all right, look, come on. We all about to go take a drive. Come on, we gotta do this as a family. Like, and when he don't be wanting to participate, I get a little upset because I'm so used to being in that type of dynamic where it's always us. My mama got 4 of us, right? So she had to take all 4 of her kids, and we would go do things. We would go to people's houses as a the big old group. Here come my mama and her kids.
Her tribe.
That's what they would say. Here come them. Here they come. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that really shaped me on what I love to do with my children. Like, so some of those things that like I would do with my family, like that I do now. We go out, we'll go to the zoo. We stay, you know what I'm saying, like relatively close enough where we can do a lot of walks in our neighborhood, a lot of playgrounds and things like that. It just makes me feel good, especially knowing that I'm a busy mom. I'm a very busy mother. It makes me feel good to be able to say, okay, well, right now, this is the time we dedicated for family. We doing something together. We gonna go to the movies. One of the things that I love doing for my kids is we'll rent a movie at home, right? Because it's, you know, streaming. That's what you do nowadays. And I'll go and buy like popcorn. I'll go and get like all type of snacks, candy, all this stuff that you would get in the movie theater, right? And then some of the fancy movie theaters, I'm got hot dogs, you know what I'm saying? I got me a little drink, because, you know, hey, why not? We're at the movies at home.
Right.
And we sit there and we watch a movie together. Okay. Like, that's very important to me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. I like that. I think that's very important to all kids because they need those type of memories.
Yeah.
Right? That's what makes your childhood at the end of the day, whether they like it or appreciate it or not. I feel like once they get older and look back, it's like, okay, my mom did this with us. We did this. We always had designated days. We hung out with each other. I feel like that's a positive impact in how you develop and shaping like your kids' mentality and giving them something good to like look back on when they get older and be like, man, I really did do, you know, we had family time. I know what family time looked like and what it consists of. And, you know, having those memories. I feel like those memories are everything because as an adult, I feel like that's what I remember the most is my childhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is like a memory for you? Like, what's something positive in your childhood that you can say that you've carried with you?
So in my family, my uncle Kevin, he was like everything to me. So I was in the household with my grandmother and him and my mom. So I was like the only kid in the household around a bunch of adults. But my uncle, like, he was everybody's parent. Like, he was like all of the kids on my generation level. Like, he was like a father figure to, or parents, some type of parent to them in a way because he didn't have kids. So his nieces and nephews were his kids. And like he would like, I remember one time like I didn't have any clothes to wear outside and he wanted to take me outside. And there was no way for him to go like, my stuff used to be in my mom's room, but my mom used to like keep a lock on her door. So you couldn't get in her room to get my clothes.
Okay. And
my uncle, he would do stuff like he would go in my dirty clothes, get on his knees, get the washboard, because, you know, y'all, back in them days, don't do too much. I'm still young. And he would get on his knees, use a washboard and wash my clothes out by hand so that I can be able to like go outside with him. Like stuff like that was special and meant so much to me because it was like he had no limits or no boundaries of what he would do for his nieces and nephews. Like, and he was the type that he always kept us together. Like, all the kids knew of each other because of him. I can't even say they knew of each other because of the parents. It was because of him. Like, he would get us and, like, take us all out and everything. Like, I'll just have some of the most fondest memories with him and his extraordinariness he would do. I remember one time, like, it was a snowstorm going on in Chicago. And, oh, my God, like, the snow was, like, knee deep. and I lost my gloves, and I was about to get a whooping. Oh my God, my mama's finna whoop my ass, and I'm sitting there like just rocking, like, oh God, I'm about to get my ass beat. I don't know where these gloves at and everything. And he went out there in that snowstorm and literally found my gloves. Like
that's a really good uncle.
that man was heaven sent. Do you hear me? Like he was freaking heaven sent. Like who does stuff like that? Like that's I don't want to say like that's a rare thing to see in families, because some families definitely got that component to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so like outstanding, just so like mind boggling. Like you love me that much, like me, that you finna go out here in a snowstorm and find my gloves so I don't get my ass beat. And he felt them gloves.
That's a beautiful thing. I just would have bought your ass some new ones,
but I still gonna get my ass beat.
Well, I'll be like, me and your mom would have had a conversation or something. Look, she's got some gloves, damn it.
Listen, let me tell you something, baby. Ain't no moving my mama when her man is set up. You get your ass beat. Ain't no talking. Y'all, can y'all relate? Like once your mama man set up about finna beat your ass, ain't how many people? It's a couple of people who can probably save you, but with my mama, I couldn't be saved. You could try to save me, but he did though, right? He could save me in the sense of he went to go find the gloves. But as far as buying me another pair, I was gonna have an ass whooping and a new pair of gloves to go with that ass whooping.
Oh Lord, how much?
That's it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like he was my hero. That was my hero in human form. Like when people say like with the cape on and everything like that, man, that man was everything. Seriously.
Good. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, he definitely I feel like him being that superhero in my life, like he set the tone for how I wanted to be for other members in my family. Like, and I am what's so crazy, like I'm so much like him in the sense of like I gather my little cousins together and I take them out. I'm always there for graduations or whatever big thing they got going on in their life. I can't always be there for everything, of course, and they know that. But the big moments, I never miss a big moment if I know about it or if I'm allowed to attend. I'm always there, and I'm always trying to find ways to like get them together. Like he passed it. It was something he passed down to me, and I definitely am sharing with them. And I pray and hope that somebody in their generation would do the same thing. Like, just to keep that good energy and good family dynamics going on to the next generation. So,
that's good.
Yeah, I definitely am big on like, I don't play, I don't play about my little cousins, baby. Let me tell y'all, like.
She don't.
When it comes to my little cousins, I go to hell and back for them. Like, I don't play about them. But I make sure we got nice, good boundaries. Like, they know we're going to play and talk. But I'm on their ass about their school, staying out of trouble. We ain't doing this trying to be in the streets. If they the boys, we ain't doing the girls. If you out here trying to be fit. No, like, I'm having real life conversations with them. Like, because I know growing up, like, I ain't had nobody to talk to for real about certain stuff. And I try to be that for them because it's more easier talking to people you don't know. I mean, who's not your parents than somebody, your parents. You ain't finna talk to your parents about a lot of stuff.
That's absolutely
and
true.
And kids need that, that.
They need an outlet.
They need that outlet.
I've had my cousins talk to me about things, right? That I'm sure they didn't talk about with their moms. So, yeah, absolutely. That's what's up, though. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you keeping your uncle's spirit alive when it comes to how he treats you and how you're treating them. That speaks for a stand of loyalty, right? Like, and you have that loyalty within your family members when it comes to your cousins. Like, that's how you treat them. That's what's up.
I don't play about my baby cousins at all. Like, I want to pass on, like, positive, like, generational curses. I want to pass, well, it's not, it's like, can you call it a positive generational curse? Because I just feel like using the word curse is like you can't say positive and curse.
Yeah, it's very much a negative connotation when we say the word curse. It's not like saying consequence, right?
Okay, so but what's a word we can use that we can say is a positive generational? You saying you can't say there's such thing as a positive generational curse?
No, when I hear the word curse, I absolutely refer it to something being negative.
But is it?
It's not to me. It's not like the word. So consequence. A lot of people refer to that word as being negative,
right?
But
it has the other part.
Yeah, it does have an other part. But curse is literally telling me that I am putting something on you that is going to hinder your life and not help it.
That's interesting because I feel like you can have a good curse on you too.
I don't know if they would call those curses.
But that's what I'm saying. What do we call them though? What could we call them if we can't say that it's a positive generational curse? Or if we can't even say the word curse because curse altogether has a negative connotation. Is that a negative connotation because that's what society says, or that's what we program to think, and we don't have a way of looking at another side of it, like the good side of it? Because can't you be cursed with good genes? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like maybe intelligence or creativity, or you know what I'm saying, like something like that.
I think they use the word blessed for that.
Blessed?
Yeah, I would say blessed. Okay. I would say you're blessed with those things, right? Because the opposite of curse, I would say, is you're being blessed. Like legitimately, that is like would be the opposite word for that. But the fact that you are blessed, right? Mm-hmm. Because he passed down these things to you in order for you to pass down these things to your cousins. And hopefully, right, the whole goal of it is that motivation will continue down the line of your family. You know, so, yeah.
So we're going to say is blessings.
Yeah, blessings.
Passing down generational blessings.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's the other word.
I like that.
Okay,
generational
y'all.
Blessings.
So y'all keep that in mind, you know, that the positive things that you pass down and pass along, we're going to call them generational blessings. Clock that T, y'all. Clock it. Make sure y'all lock in on that title, on that little phrase.
I like that.
Yeah, like generational blessings. Because I don't know if it's just me, I never heard generational blessings. Have you heard of generational blessings? Because I feel like it's always a negative connotation that's like, it's always just generational curses. And I feel like you could definitely spread or, you know, pass on good things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about what you're passing on, right? Like, and it's legitimately, yes, you can absolutely pass on good shit.
See, I appreciate my uncle for that, because he passed along those generational blessings that I'm passing along to my cousins. And then, like, I feel like because of that, he helped shape and develop me into this type of woman that I feel like is more soft, like, you know what I'm saying? There's always a discussion in regards to how your growing up kind of impacts the type of person you become.
So, church family.
Yes.
I know you were talking about your uncle, right? But usually, like, the first line of person in your family is your mom.
That impacts that? Not necessarily. Some people got daddies that show them how to be like.
Yes. But I'm more so talking about like what am I trying to say? So I'm more so saying like my mom, right? And it could be my dad, right? But I grew up with my mom. I know you to have grown up with your mother.
But I just said I grew up with my mom, my uncle, and my grandmother in the house.
Right. So my thing is, why isn't your mom like that type of person for you to be like, why didn't you look up? Like, I just feel like people look up to their mothers so much. Why wasn't your mom that type of person that you say, well, why is your uncle the first person and not your mom?
Because my uncle was the one that was like literally like breaking generational curses. He was the one who, like I said, he was taking the initiative. Nobody else in my family was bringing everybody together as far as like the kids and all that. My uncle was doing that. My uncle would do things, like I said, like he was my hero. He was my savior. He was saving me from getting ass whoopings from my mother because I done lost my gloves or something. You see what I'm saying? Like he was showing me that positive side and treating me in a way that made me feel seen, appreciated, loved, cared for. Like he did that in a major way that kind of, yeah, because he gave me that positive aspect. Like he poured into me positively, like, and showed me like, this is what love looks like. This is what love feels like. This is what it means for somebody to care for you. This is the things that people do to show you they love you and appreciate you. They show up for you. They go out of their way. Like he showed me that. And then when he died, I was left in a household where it was like, it was me, my mom, my grandma, and then my grandma died. And then it was just me and my mom. And with my mom, I just felt like my mom was just so independent, like so independent. And you know, if you know, being independent is cool and all, but sometimes it's too far. It's too much. I feel like it should be limits and boundary on how independent you are. Because I felt like my mom was so independent that it would look so like, it felt like burdensome. Like when I tried to imitate her and being that independent, it felt heavy. It felt tiresome. It just felt like it was too much. And like I kind of vowed to not be that independent.
Okay.
To have some type of independence, but not that much, because it didn't look to me or make me feel like it was a happy life being that independent. Like to be so like, I'm gonna get it done with or without you, and I ain't asking for help. I don't know. That deterred me and made me want to be like super soft. Like just, I didn't want that burden. So I didn't want them heavy loads. Like,
so I love the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like that you have this notion about you, right? That you are a soft woman. I love that. I can honestly say that I'm more of a, I guess you would consider a harder woman.
okay.
I am independent, and I'm used to being independent in a sense, right? When I was a kid, while my mother was extremely family oriented with us, right? Like when it came to certain things and certain relationships in her life, she was just really, 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 really soft. And I just didn't understand. It didn't resonate with me.
Okay.
Because I feel like she still went through things. And I'm like, well, if you this soft, why are you going through this stuff? You shouldn't be, right? Because you are doing exactly what your spouse would want you to do. So you shouldn't be going through nothing else, right? This should be hunky dory. And I summed it up, and I'll never forget. I summed it up like this. I said, I feel like women like that have their spouses take their brains and put it in their pockets. Like that's what I feel like they do. And I said, I don't ever want to be like that. I always want to have my own mind. I always want to be my own person and not be controlled by somebody.
And was this your mindset younger thinking, or your mindset as you got older and able to be more fully aware?
This is my mindset when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was younger, and that led into like the type of person I am today, right? And it's not that I'm not submissive to my husband in a sense, right? But I have a very much so independent mind. And now that I have kids, it's even more so about a survival type of mindset. I have to make the right decisions for my kids.
Okay.
And I feel like that makes and being that independent,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't accept help. Like, it was very much so. It was down to the point where if someone asked me to carry my groceries, if someone asked me, I'm a massage therapist, let me grab that table for you, I'll never forget. I had a client. I had just hurt myself. My right ankle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably started work a little earlier than I should, right?
Mm-hmm.
This client had 3 flights of steep ass stairs.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, let me get that table for you. I was like, no, I got it. Do you know that was the dumbest decision that I could have made in my life? I could have unalived myself and fell off his stairs because my ankle was still so messed up.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That too independent stuff.
It's because it was a thought process of, I don't need you to help me. If I wanted your help, I would ask for your help.
You wouldn't, though, as an independent woman. You not.
As an independent woman, I wouldn't. I would try to do it myself. And if I felt defeat and if someone helped me, then maybe I would give in.
Baby, see, that's what I'm talking about. I couldn't be carrying around all of that. Baby, can you help me? Look, help me, baby. Can you help me?
Yes.
I'm accepting it. Like, it took me to get to my 30s to get like that, but I'm glad I got like that because I feel like a burden. Like, I feel like a heavy load was lifted off of me, like, being willing to allow somebody to just help me. Baby, yes, come help me. Come do this. Yeah, you want to take this out? You want to help bring this in? You want to carry these girls? Yeah, here you go. Like, and I feel like that's a harsh thing amongst the Black woman and Black family dynamics, is that we have to be so, or supposed to be so hard and so strong, and we're not supposed to be soft, we're not supposed to be weak. And I feel like that's some programming that's been done for the beginning of time that just makes our life harder, because all these other races, yes, they're independent too, but I feel like it's not forced on them to carry such heavy loads and be in situations that make them feel like they have to rely only on themselves, or they can only really depend on themselves. You know, like, I feel like that's a lot on a Black woman. And I feel like that's one of the things that, like, for the Black family dynamics, it kind of makes it hard and unrealistic, because you passing that along to your kids, like, as if, like,
I think that's awesome, right? That you have people, right, in your life that makes you feel like, I want to be this soft woman. I think that's amazing. I would have to say, like, now I'm working on it. In my life, I'm working on it, okay? I would definitely have to say, for me, it was a little different growing up. My mother absolutely, you know what I'm saying, like, did things for us as a family, and I appreciated that so much, because, again, I take that into my life nowadays. But when it came to, like, relationships and things like that, I felt like that she was a little softer than I would ever want to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh, I don't want to be like that. I don't think I want to be soft.
Okay.
And I just feel like it was just the situations that people went through back then. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't want to go through them type of situations. I want to be independent.
Okay.
And I took that very much so in being a hard woman. I feel like being a hard woman isn't mean like you're not being a mean person.
Okay.
You're just extremely independent. And I feel like a lot of that is based in, at the very root, survival.
Okay.
If that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're using the having to depend on yourself so much.
Right.
Okay.
So when you depend on yourself, right, it's easier to just say, I'll do it myself. Or it's easier to fall into that notion. So I fell into that notion, right? I seen, like, things that my mom may have went through when she was younger, you know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'll do it.
Okay.
You know, and that developed into me being such a very hard woman in a sense.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I'm working on it, right? I feel like sometimes I am too hard.
Okay.
And I feel like, but then again, right, I feel like at the very core, sometimes soft women are not as strong-minded as a hard woman, right? I feel like sometimes a soft woman can be so submissive that they can be controlled. It's easier for them to be controlled, right? Because you're giving in to every whim of your partner, right? Like I said, yeah.
Is that what soft really means? To give in to every whim of your partner?
I feel like that's what submissive is. And I feel like a soft woman can be extremely submissive. Like I feel like in me and currently in my life, right? Like I'm submissive when I want to be.
Okay.
Right? I'm soft when I want to be. The one thing I appreciate about my husband, he don't let me run over him. Okay?
Right.
He don't do that. We
Right.
don't do that in our crib.
Right.
But I present him a lot of times with, hey, this is kind of what we need to do, right? I let him lead for sure. But when I feel like it's like quick decisions or I feel like it's a survival decision for our entire family, hey, I kind of let him know like we need to do this. Like, and it's kind of important. This is why that's important. Instead of like, hey babe, can you please do this? It wouldn't be that for me. It would be, hey, this is very important for our family and I need you to listen up right now.
Okay.
Like it's more of like that. And I feel like that's definitely has a lot to do and plays a role in me being very independent when it comes to that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just said a couple of things that like, okay, so then what you think of me as a soft woman? You really think that I'm that submissive, like I'm submissive to everything and that I'm weak-minded?
I think if you're in a relationship and you're willing to just, like you said, you want a man to say, chill, if you tell me you're going to do that for me, do it for me. Like, I feel like, why don't you want to do it? Like, that's what the first thing I would tell myself. Like, and if I were asking you that, why don't you want to do it? Why don't you want to do it every now and again, right?
I mean, because for me, there are certain things that, I don't know, as a hard woman, I feel like hard women take on the roles of doing everything, whether it's a woman's role or a man's role.
So I kind of agree to that, right? But I feel like that goes back into me also like being a woman. Being a mother, right? Like as a mom, we take on a lot of roles.
Right.
And I feel like being a hard woman makes you more of a more disciplined mom, right? I feel like me being able, and don't get me wrong, that's why I say I'm trying to work on it, right? I feel like now that I get older, there are times where I talk too harshly to my children because I just want them to and it's more so about I need you to understand. I need you to listen to me and understand because this is important for your life. And I get it. It's a very straightforward, right? But there are other ways and approaches that you could talk to. You could be very soft with your kids, right? I just feel like for a survival at the core of it, like I just want my family to be straight. And I know because I've been doing this so long that if I do it this way, then my family will be straight. Not the saying that I overstep with my husband. Because if I say something and I really say something that he don't like, he gonna say something. And then I'm like, okay. And then I become soft real fast.
Well, I'm gonna just say, I'm definitely not weak-minded for sure, and I definitely, I'm not submissive is not doing every single thing that a man wants you to do. That's not submissiveness. Like that's
Yeah.
I don't think you have a full concept of submissiveness because you're still learning what it is to be submissive.
I feel like I got a good concept of being submissive. I feel like I'm submissive. I'm learning to be more submissive because, like you said earlier, right? There does comes a time where I get tired.
Right.
I agree with that. and so because I understand that part, it's like, okay, there are times where I am getting to that point where sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I am tired. Mentally, physically, but again, that plays into me being like, I'm a mom. It don't matter if I'm tired or not. I sacrifice because I have to.
But that's a difference in
Which in turn is why I think a hard mom is more, disciplined. You're able to take on more.
but you're more tired and burdensome and carry heavy loads. Like that stuff weighs on you. And for me, like the reason why I say I'll let a man do it is because if I'm doing it all, I'm weighing myself down and I'm weighing myself down fast, quicker because I'm doing it all and I'm not allowing myself to have help because to me it's like when I used to be that way or think that way that I'm supposed to do it all because watching my mother do it all. To me, it's like you're saying nobody's else capable of doing it the way that you need it to be done. So you have to do it all because your way is the way that gets it done.
But if that's the only way that you know to get it done,
yeah,
right?
okay, but then that's just like people in the it's people saying like, oh, I only know how to do this, right? But you have to allow yourself to be open to learn new things. That's what life is about, learning new things and experiencing new things. So for me, being submissive, I'm definitely not always just at my man beck and call. I'm not running and jumping. That's what's so funny to me, like that. That's how you know that you are. I don't know. I feel like that's how you know you are a hard woman because that's your thought process of a submissive person.
So doing certain things, right, and being a certain way when it comes to my children, like I want them to understand, like, about this world, right? And so I become this harder woman. And again, it all just go back for me of being it's a survival thing because I only want the best for my kids. Again, nowadays, right? I am trying to be more soft because I do get tired, but this is after I've done it all, right? Like you said. I don't get tired. I get tired more now, but it would be more, I'ma still do it. And as long as I know there is an end goal for me for something, then I could rest. And that's how it was for me. But up until that point, I'm going to be what I got to be. I'm always still be a mom though. Right. You know what I'm saying? And even with that, right, while I'm saying that I'm a hard woman, and again, my husband does give me opportunities to be a soft woman. And no, I don't that's why I say, like nowadays now, I call him, come get these groceries, bro. How many bags you got? 2. You can't take them bags? Nope. Come get these bags. Come take this trash out. You know what I'm saying? And again, even maybe sometimes the way I talk like that, right? I'm working on it. We're a work of art. We're work in progress. But anyway, what I want to say, is legitimately, hard women, especially if you are a nurturing mom, we're kind of forced into being soft. We're forced into being soft because we don't have a choice. Like, I could be, as much as I can sit here and say I'm scolding my kid about something, if my kid 5 minutes later turn around and say, Mommy, look at this big old scratch, instantly, I don't care how pissed off I was just at you 30 seconds ago, 5 minutes ago, whatever it is, I am automatically, oh my gosh, baby, come here. Let me help you. I am the softest woman that will ever exist because my kids are thrown into this mix of I have to be. I don't have a choice. I have to be because I'm a nurturer. I'm a mother that is a nurturer. I care about my kids' health overall. So let me help you, baby. I can't stand when my kids get sick. When my kids get sick, I get hurt and damn near ready to cry because I'm like, I can't do anything for them. I know it's just a cold. They got to pass. But, oh my gosh, I can't do anything for my children. Like, I feel horrible. So let me try to give them a hug. Let me try to give them some chicken noodle soup. Let me give them a little extra treatment and not be so hard right now because I just want you to get better. Because it's hurting me to see you like this. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah, I feel like
you're soft when it comes to your kids.
I'm soft when it comes to my kids. I'm learning to be softer with my husband. I'm soft with him when I want to be soft with him. He allows me to be soft with him at all points, right? But I think he understands that, like, okay, this is something she has to learn and she has to work through herself. So that's why I say it ain't like that in my crib where I'm just like, you need to do that. I don't talk to him like that. I would absolutely talk to him with assertiveness. I'm never gonna talk to him that's gonna make him and feel like he's degraded. And if I ever did that, trust me, I'm gonna get backlash instantly. Instantly. Like he's not going to let me. Hey, I'll. And why? How do I know this, right? Because I done been there, right? I have maybe said some things, and he was like, "I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but it ain't me now. I'm Nay now." I'm like, "Okay, you know what? You're right. You're right, bro." And that forces me instantly to be soft when he puts me in my place, right? And you know, like legitimately, it's like, okay, I thought I was getting a little sad behind him. Okay, well, and it makes me feel submissive. Like it makes me want to be submissive. So I don't know. I don't know
either, child, baby.
I'm a work in progress.
We all are work in progress, and I just pray that, like, even just whether you a hard woman or me a soft woman, for me, I just pray and hope that, you know, with just my little cousins with my little cousins, that softness passed down onto them in the sense of like creating bonds, creating memories, knowing that, you know, they got somebody here who loves them, who cares for them, who wants the best for them, and that they pass it on to like the next generation. What do you feel like, or is there anything that you want your kids to get from you that you feel like is something they need to get from you as being a hard woman?
So not necessarily me being a hard woman, right? Like as we get older and as we learn, because right, the only thing that's constant is change. That's why I said I'm working on it. I want my kids to have a balanced relationship with their partners, their spouses, their kids. I want them to be able to be hard, right? Or to be stern, or to be disciplined, or to be a disciplinary factor in their children's lives when it's needed. But I also want them to be able to sit down like my mom did, right? And have certain conversations with us just about life without being hard, without being stern. Just I'm coming to you as an understanding or a soft parent, right? I absolutely do want to do that. I want to be that way. Like, I feel like that's a balance. That creates a great balance for a kid. So
I definitely agree. And on that note, I want to thank everybody for joining the conversation. Please comment below, ladies, if you are a hard or soft woman. Men, if you have a hard or soft woman, comment below. You know, engage with us. Let's get the conversation started about hard and soft women, especially within the Black family dynamics and how that shapes us from kids into what we transform into as adults.
Yes.
So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Hit them like buttons. Smash them like buttons for us.
It's too raw, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.